All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you all doing? So it's Friday. It's Friday today. How are you all doing? How are you all doing, guys? How are you doing, guys? How are you doing? It's Friday today. How are you all doing? So a midst of opportunity, this opportunity just passed by. So this was a trade that I was thinking maybe I will wake up and everything was set. I don't know what happened today. So where are you listening from? Kindly type in your name. Sorry, kindly click on the thumbs up button. Give a like. This thing you have to if you have been on the channel before, this thing shouldn't be something that I have to keep on saying it. So click on the thumbs up button. That is the like. Giving a like to the stream. You give a like to the stream. You comment your name where you are listening from. So we have Mr. William Kwachi. Good morning, Coach Joshua. Keep Coach. Good morning to sir from Kenya. All right. So where are you listening from? Type in where you are listening from. Your name and where you are listening. Okay, your name is already there. So type in where you are listening from. Where are you listening from? Where are you listening from? Today is Friday. Let's kill the week. Let's end the week. Let's end the week. So we're having from Nigeria, basic the foreign names I'm not used to. I'm a Ghanaian, so I don't know the foreign. I don't know most of the foreign names. Igbozigbe, Osaplo, Osaplolo, so Tema, Richard, Anyimansa. Good morning, mentor. Good morning, student. Good morning, colleague. Good morning, colleague. Okay, so type in where you are listening from. Let me know where you are listening from. Today is Friday. How did the week even go? Was your week profitable? Or it was just red, draw down? So for me, my week was profitable. My week has been profitable. We have not ended the week yet. So you're having Kumasi, Kuspella, Christopher from South Florida. Okay, we're having Christopher from Florida. We're having someone too from Kumasi. All right. So how did your week go? How did your week go as you fought the market? Were you able to beat the market? Did you beat the market? Actually, did you beat the market, or the market just hit you, punch you in the face? Were you able to beat the market? So anytime you come to every trading week, this is what you have to tell yourself. You are going to go you are going to go in a fight with the market. Okay, so you have to plan, prepare, so that you'll be able to, you are going to beat the market only when you have a winning strategy. For me, I have a winning strategy. For me, can confidently say that I have a winning strategy. And I always say it is going to be very hard for me not to blow a funding account. It's going to be hard unless maybe I just over risk. It's going to be very, very hard because I know how to beat the market. I have my tools. Okay, so it's like playing a Mortal Kombat. Before you get to before you can kill the giants, you need to have your rules. You have to have your plans. Other than that, you can't beat the giants. You can't beat it. You can't kill the giants. The giant, you can't kill it. So you have to have your rules. You have to know how to kill it. So for me, I have my rules and my strategy. I confidently believe in my strategy, even though it takes time to align. But within a week, I can get one or two of them to what appear. One or two of them. So this week, I've seen it happening. I've seen with my system. So you see how it has played out perfectly. This was the trade that I analyzed before I went in bed. So I just woke up and noticed that it has played out. USD card, I would have taken advantage of it. This sell. So this sell was the one that I was contemplating on yesterday to take a sell, but things didn't align. The timing, the high impact news, so I decided to let it go. And it's pulled back, because as it pulled back, I noticed that we had multiple rejection levels over here. So I noticed that definitely price, if this level don't reject price would definitely get to this side. You get it? Price is definitely going to get this side. And if it gets to this side, it is going to be a high probability trade setup, because trend line is aligned over here. This resistance level too is aligned over here. Candles too is so it would have been it would have been my A plus setup, and I would have killed a Friday. You get it? But what happened? This trade decided. I woke up. When did it even move? I don't know whether. Okay, so I'm sure because of the interest rate on the yen, that's why we are seeing. So you can see the various currency pairs. I wake up and I'm seeing some whipsaw just back and forth in price. So I'm very sure the interest rate released on the pound. So 3:23 a.m. that was when the interest rate on the pound was released. So I'm very sure because of the interest rate release, that's why we are seeing whipsaw. Okay, yeah, so exactly the interest rate release, that's why it has affected all the currency pairs. So this one happened around 2. What happened around 2? But 2 there was no high impact news. So I'm sure maybe the interest rate was pricing. That's why it started moving massively. Yeah, I'm very sure it was pricing. I don't know what happened. Let me check the news and see whether there was any unexpected news released. Trump again. Okay, so 4 hours ago, Trump, I would rather not have to do tariffs over China. So Trump again. Trump again. So I don't know whether there was an unexpected. I don't know, because I'm seeing anytime you see a currency pair with no wick at the top, that means there's either some high. The market was very volatile during that time. That's why all these things happen. So I don't know what happened around 2 a.m. Around 2 a.m. GMT. What happened actually. So if you look at car JPY, so you see, guys, car JPY was the pair that you were trying to take the other time. And you see it played out. It has played out. Car JPY has played out. So last time you people got stopped out for some pips and the thing moved. And you see the whipsaw this morning. I don't know when. So this one might be, because you're having JPY over here, it might be the interest rate. So this one is the interest rate. So you see the whipsaw. So this whipsaw might take some people out before it's even the actual move will move. So there was a whipsaw. Yeah, so you see the trading the minor pairs, trading minor pairs is, hey, what's happening? What's going on? Minor pairs are annoying. The crossing. Minor pairs are annoying. I would never touch this mine unless maybe JPY or something. GBP JPY. See how annoying this pair is. All the analysis, everything that we did was on point to sell. I'm not saying the technical analysis is having major influence on how price is going to go, but most of the time this analysis was looking accurate. And if it is a major pair, I'm not sure it would have even broken this one. See how strong the zone is. See how strong this zone is. And all these zones, price was able to break these zones. I was surprised. So minor pairs, I'm not touching minor pairs again. I'm not touching minor pairs again. And up to now, price hasn't even moved to the expected. Price is just making back and forth, back and forth. But if you look at the future price, if you look at the past price too, you will notice that price at certain points has been moving massively. Some time ago, price has been moving. You can see some clean, but I don't know why this move has taken a long time for it to move. I can't be in a trade where it's going to be back and forth. So that's why I'm going to stick with my major pairs. I'm going to stick with my major pairs because trading minor pairs, especially AUD, JPY, and those stuffs, are kind of annoying. Okay, and the charges that you are going to pay to execute such trades is this one. The charges is not about the broker you are using. It applies to all the brokers are charging high when it comes to minor pairs. The reason is what? You don't have a lot of liquidity in those pairs. Okay, you don't have a lot of liquidity. A lot of people are not trading such currency pair. That's why brokers usually charge a lot for you to execute on such for you to take trades on those pairs. You get me? So for me, minor pairs, I think I'm going to let me stick with my major pairs. I think it's not about how roaming to find an opportunity. That's what is going to make you a better trader. It's all about sticking to the few ones that is going to make you profitable. So USD CAD has been the pair that I was looking for. Looking good, very nice, very nice trade setup. Price has broken out. So this was the move that we were discussing about yesterday on the stream. Okay, you guys, if those who joined yesterday's stream, if you people can remember. So one thing is, so those over here, if you are new over here, you can put the channel on the notification. Okay, put the channel on all notifications. Anytime I come live, you will get notified. One thing you need to understand is what not every day that I alert you people on my WhatsApp group. So most of the times I just come silently. So if you want to join me live every day, and if you join me live for long, I think you are going to if you join me every day, because for me, I'm a man of value. Every day if I talk, it's all full of value. If I speak, it's full of value. So if you want to just be watching me every day, I think if you watch me for a year, your trading is going to shift. It's going to change. There's no way you are not going to be profitable. Okay. So for me, as I started the year, all the weeks have been profitable weeks. Only last week that I didn't touch any trade. All the weeks have been profitable weeks for me now. So if you follow me for long, I think you are going to be profitable. If only you are going to be disciplined and abide with the things that I've been saying. If you follow me for close to 6 months religiously doing the things that I'm doing, the things that I've been doing on the live stream, I think with time you will get to understand the things that I've been saying, even though it's going to take time. If only you are patient to follow my system, because with my systems it comes with a lot of patience. Okay, it comes with a lot of patience. Using the higher time frame really comes with a lot of patience. So if you are patient, I think you are going to be profitable. So this move would have even given me like 2% this morning. But the Asian session, I'm even surprised CAD USD has moved during the Asian session. So I was even targeting the daily zone. So this was the zone that I was targeting. See how clean it is. So yesterday you were expecting price to get to this side because this is the strongest zone. So as price never get to that side, and as I pulled up my trend line, you can see that we're having various rejectional levels over here. Rejection. So this was the one that I was expecting to happen. So let me look at pound USD and see what's happening to over there. Yeah, so pound USD is one of the pairs that I was looking for. So I was looking to execute, but now, so let's check the fundamentals. Let's head to fundamentals and see. Let's check out the fundamentals. So it's very, very important you check out, because Forex is full of, the Forex market is what influenced, or it is moved by economic data. We are trading currencies. Okay, we are trading currencies. And one thing you need to understand is what currencies are backed by an economy. Okay, so anything that is going on in a country where the currency belongs, it is going to have direct impact on the currency too as well. So please take note. So it's always important you check what is going on in the economy, the country, the currency that you are trading, their country. What is happening over there? Are we having wars? Are their interest rates, are they trying to hike interest rates, or are they trying to cut interest rates? What is inflation over there doing? Is inflation stable? What's the inflation rate over there? Okay, so what's the retail sales? What is their GDP? Okay, you have to always take into consideration the economic data. What is happening? The economic data, the inflation. Okay, like, take everything into consideration before you even execute. Okay, so this morning, during the Asian session, there was chaos because of the interest rate on the Japanese yen. Okay, the Japanese yen, the Japanese yen, there was an interest rate over the Japanese yen, so that's why we are seeing whipsaw. So if you look at the various currency pairs, you can see price was just moving up and down, especially if you check the pound yen. Let me check. So yesterday too, I was tipping JPY, pound JPY to also sell. So you see the whipsaw. But as I said, for now, you see the whipsaw price, it was crazy. So because of the interest rate, that's why we are seeing this whipsaw. So you see the reason why I said I don't usually love holding trades overnight. With overnight, you don't know what will be going on. You get it? So this interest rate just made up and down move. Okay, so let's see the upcoming news. So what was it? So they kept the rate the same. Okay, yeah. So they kept the rate the same, what they were expecting. So previous month was 0.2. So I think they hike interest rates. There was an interest rate hike, 0.5. The previous one was 0.25. But what they were expecting was 0.5. So 0.25%. All right, so that's not my job. Let me check out what's going to happen. What's going to happen during the flash PMI? So Euro news, you are going to be having Euro news too as well. So flash PMI. So by now you have to understand what it means by French flash manufacturing PMI. By now you need to understand. So what it simply means, purchasing managers index. So it's just a survey that they usually conduct to know the purchasing managers, they are thinking about the economy. So mostly it is in threshold. If it is above 50%, they're expecting the economy to be to be. If it is above 50%, that means the economy is expanding. Okay, and if it is below 50%, that means there was a contraction. So contraction means the economy is either declining, depreciating, the currency is going to be depreciating in value, or not performing well. Okay, so French flash manufacture. So mostly, based on my experience, the service one is the most impactful one. Okay, so they are expecting it to be the same as the previous one. So it is still below 50%. So maybe we can be getting contraction. Okay, but with news, this is just a speculated figures. But news, you can't tell. Mostly the service one, based on my experience, the service one is the most impactful one. So if you want to know the details, you just click on the folder. So actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. It is leading indicator, health business survey. So I think so they are keeping it the same. So unless it has been released, that will be 8:15, and around 8:32 we are going to be having German flash manufacturing PMI, and that one is the same Euro news. So we are going to be having 9:32 flash manufacturing PMI. So these are the days that most of the times people usually mess up with they want to recover. So Friday is not the time you have to be chasing to recover your losses that you've made for the week. Friday is not the time. Friday is just to be calm. So usually Fridays, most people even don't usually execute trades. So Fridays are not the times that you are going to chase the market to what to get your losses back. Friday is not the time. So please take note. Fridays are the times that you need to sit and reflect on what your performance for the week. Okay, Friday is all about performance reflection. Reflect on your performance. Were you rushing? Were you angry over the market? Were you trying to did you revenge trade? All these things are as a result of why you lost, why you weren't profitable for the week. So you need to pay attention to all these things. Okay, so 9:32 you are going to be having the same manufacturing PMI news, and around 2:45 too. So today is full of PMI. So let's see. So let's see. So with the let me check the GBP. With GBP too, they are expecting 50.8. So I think they are expecting expansion. So if they're expecting expansion, that means the pound should be strong. But I normally I don't rely solely on the fundamentals. It helps me to what? It supplements my decision making. It helps me to know, because mostly I avoid those times. So that's not the time that I mostly execute trades. So before the pre-lending session, we're having like 4 minutes for the pre-lending to start. So let's do a chart breakdown and see if there was going to be any high impact news for today. All right. So just type it in where how was your week like? Did you were you able to beat the market, or the market just punch you in the face? So just type in your how your week went. How did it go? Was it in a break even? Was it in a small profit? Was it in a loss? So just type it in the chat box. So gradually January is about to end, and are you still struggling to make profit in the market? So you just have to reflect on yourself. Why are you still struggling to make profit? That means, are you doing the same thing? Okay, so I always tell you this secret, that to make profit or to become profitable in the market, it is not something that is uh what do you call it? It is not rocket science. It is very simple. I just sat down one day and just told myself, how can I become profitable? So it's very simple. The answer just came. What are my winning trades? What did I do? So you can see for the past trades that have been taken, they are all similar. They are not similar, they are the same. Okay, so if you are not profitable yet, I'm very sure you have had a winning trade before. Every single person over here has had you have had a winning trade before. It's very simple. So go back to your winning trades. Ask yourself, what was your thought process? What did you see before executing the trade? What are the things? What was the laid down rules before you executed the trade? So after getting to know all these laid down rules, it is very simple. Just repeat the same process. Just repeat your same process, and you come back again and tell me that, oh, the advice you gave me has helped me. You get it? The advice you gave me has helped me. So the market knocked me out. So so you talk about. So just type in how your week went. Just type it in. Don't feel shy. It's all about a learning process. So learning in trading never ends. It's all about learning process. Okay, so let's analyze the pound dollar and see if there was going to be an opportunity, or if we are supposed to wait for the right time. So let's see pound USD for this morning. So when it comes to pound USD, we are having this rejectional level over here. So the monthly time frame is currently moving up. It is an uptrend at this moment. Okay, so you can see the monthly time frame. So next week is the time that this monthly time frame is going to close. So if it happens next week, up to next week, price still continue to be in this range, then the chances that the whole of this week is going to fail is very high. So what price might do is just make a pullback, retest on this zone, then price will continue to fill the whole of this gap. So you have this gap, the whole of this gap to get filled. So The monthly candle is going to close next week, so you are going to end the week on next. You are going to end the week next week. Okay, so if price decide to still continue to be ranging around this level, the chances that price is going to fill the whole of this range is very high. Okay, so moving to the weekly time frame. So weekly time frame, you have to. So these are the most important areas that we mostly consider the structure or the trend. So what's the trend for this time frame? What's the trend? So that's the most important thing. What's the direction of the market? So at this time, the direction of the market is what? An uptrend, a downtrend at this point. It is very simple. You don't need any indicator to tell you what the trend is looking like. So it's very simple. We had lows, impulse correction, impulse, lows and highs. Lows and highs, you get it. So currently, price is retesting on these strong rejectional levels. So you can see the various rejectional levels over here. Price is currently retesting on these various levels. We're having one rejection level, one rejection over here. So the chances that price is going to get to this side and retrace is very high. You get it? So price is supposed to get to this level. It needs to fill. Where did I even get this level? Okay, so the level was gotten from, yeah, Danny, how are you? So the level was gotten from the monthly time frame. So if you move to the weekly time frame, you notice that price is supposed to get to the level. So if you look at this, if you look left to, we are at the same time having this rejectional level 2 over here. Okay, so if you are confused on how I'm drawing my levels, I'm currently organizing a training. Okay, and the kind of value I'm giving at the training, I think nothing can be compared. So if you are interested in, I think the training you have, if we are in day 5 or 6 or so. Okay, so you can still join because you've recorded everything. You can still join the training. You get to understand my thought process on everything that I usually consider before drawing my various rejectional levels and the various levels. So it's always important to know. So what are my various levels? So I'm very sure price, as price has broken out from this, it is going to get rejected by this level. So we're having this monthly level 2 over here that price might gets rejected. So you've plotted out the various rejectional levels. So the directional bias at the weekly time frame is a downtrend. At this point, it is a downtrend. Okay, at the weekly time frame. So you see how it has been respecting the levels. You see how this is a dynamic support and resistances. So you see how price has been getting respected by the level or getting rejected by the level. Getting rejected. So the chances that price can be, so now how many times has price tried to break these levels? So there was one level over here, price was moving down, decided to break, it got rejected. Price was moving down, decided to break, it got rejected. Price was moving down, trying to break, it got rejected. So 1, 2, 3. So currently this is the 4th one. You get it? So we're having 4. So this is also the same as what? Support and resistance, but this is a dynamic support and resistance. Okay, just a flip of a support and resistance. So this is currently a resistance. Okay, if price is below, if the price is below, it is resistance. If it's above, it's support. Okay, so currently price, the candles are below the dynamic level. So this is what? A resistance. You get it? This is currently a resistance. So moving to the daily time frame. So now you've got to know that what? The weekly time frame is what? You've got to understand that the weekly time frame is a downtrend. Okay, the weekly time frame, because you are going to bring everything together to make our decision in the market. It is very, very important you get to know where the direction of the market, where price is currently heading to. It is very, very important to know. Okay, so it's very important to get to know the various levels. So the weekly time frame is currently what? The weekly time frame is currently a downtrend. So let me say down. So the weekly time frame is currently a downtrend. So let's move to the daily time frame. So you mostly want majority of these time frames to be in the same direction, then we execute. Okay, then we execute. So looking at the weekly time frame, what's the directional bias at the weekly time frame? So you see how price is currently getting rejected at the weekly time frame. So let me change, because mostly this is not the color I used to represent the weekly time frame. Let me change the. So let me see. Okay, so currently price is getting rejected at the weekly time frame level. Okay, so what's the daily time frame at this point? What's the trend for the daily time frame? So the daily time frame trend is what? An uptrend. So the daily time frame trend is an uptrend. So price is currently getting rejected at this dynamic resistance that you found at the weekly time frame. You get it? You found at the daily time frame. So price is what? An uptrend at the daily time frame. So I'm just trying to see if you have some rejectional levels. Yeah, so I think the daily time frame trend line too is also aligned with what? The weekly time frame trend line. So this level is what? An important level. The chances that price can get rejected over here is very high, but at this point we need to get confirmation before we execute. So at the daily time frame, the trend is what? An uptrend. So price just was at certain points was making what? Lower lows and lower highs. So the moment it broke this one, it turned to what? An uptrend, just made a pullback, and price is currently trending up. So the daily time frame trend is currently what? An uptrend. You get it? It is an uptrend. So if you don't know how to identify your trend, the market structure, then I think you have to go back to your basis. Okay, because for you to determine your directional bias, for you to know where the market is heading to, I think market structure is what is going to help you. And if you come to the market and you don't know where price is actually heading to, then I think you are going to get things wrong. Okay, so it's always important you get to understand where price is going to, so that you'll be at the right side of the market. Because if you don't know where price is heading to, you are going to be at the wrong side of the market. So if you are traveling somewhere and you don't have a location, or you don't have a map, something that is guiding you, imagine what will happen to you. You are just going to get lost. So it's the same thing in the market. So you have to have what? Market structure is going to be your Google map. That is what is going to help you to know the direction of the market. So it's always important you understand the ins and outs, so that you know the direction of the market anytime you come to the market. So currently price is getting rejected at this level. Moving to the H4 time frame. What's the direction of the H4 time frame? What is price currently doing? So you can see price is currently getting rejected at this level. You get it? So mostly, what's the trend? Let's try to identify the trend, because mostly we want majority of the time frames to be in the same direction, then we execute. So price is currently moving ups. Okay, made a pullback, so at a certain point it shifted towards a downtrend. Price has currently broken, made a pullback. You get it? Price is currently making a pullback. So with the moment this candle broke the whole of this consolidation, price also turned to what? An uptrend. Okay, price turned to an uptrend. So price has now currently broken through the consolidation zones, or the zones, okay, the major zones. So you can see this level you drew over here was with time frame level. So the reason why I usually use different colors to represent it is for me to what? To easily identify them if I move to time frame which is lower or lesser than the time frames that I drew these levels. That is what I'm not going to struggle to find out which time frame level is. So that's why I've used different colors. So this level is what? Either the weekly time frame or the monthly time frame. So we're having one rejection level over here, we're having another rejection over here. So it's always important you wait for the candles to break, in the sense that if you watch this candle, you notice that at certain points the body of the candle tried to break the zone and it got rejected, and you are seeing the body of the candle has broken below. Okay, sorry, the body of the candle has closed below the zone. And let's look at this candle too. If you look at the past candle, you can see that this candle too was at a certain time trying to break the zone, and later what happened? The body of the candle closed below. If you watch this one, you notice that the body of the candle, so none of the body of the candle, looking left, if you watch this here, none of the body of the candle has been able to break below the zone. They all close below the zone. If you watch here too, you will notice that the body of the candle also broke it's also what close below. You get it? So at this point, this candle tried to break, but what's happened? The next candle broke below. So I'm very sure this one will happen during the Asian session. Okay, so this one happened during what? This one happened during the New York Stock Exchange session, the NYSE session. Okay, so the body of the candle also broke above. Okay, but what happened? So the reason why it's always important, you wait. If price break, you wait for a retest, then you execute. So you see the candle broke above, but even though candle structure never flipped to an uptrend, it was still a downtrend, because when price is like that, you need to wait for a flip of the candle before you execute a back. So this was a breakout. The market broke out, but what happened? There was a rate test. The rate test just ended up what? Closing below the zone. So we have to also wait again for the candle to break above the zone and close before we can take a buy, or we execute a buy on this trade. You get it? So at this point, what's happened? Aside everything that happened in the past, candle trying to break, and none of them was able to break, making a wick above. So it's always important, we don't consider when you are talking about a shift in trend, and when you are talking about a change in a change in a trend, we don't consider the wicks. Okay, we always consider the body of the candle to make a conclusion or justification. So don't justify a shift in trend or a change in direction of the market with a wick. You are going to get it wrong. The body of the candle is mostly the important thing that you factor. So none of the body of the candle closed above, and at this point, what happened? The body of the candle has broken above. So at this point, we are safe to know that the market is going to continue to get to the next target. So what is the next target? If you look left, you will notice that there was no price action looking left. If you look left, there was no price action looking left. Okay, so this is a better zone for price to get filled. Okay, this is a better zone until price is going to move till it gets to this target. So mostly the markets move from zone to zone. Okay, the markets move from zone to zone. So at this point, price has broken out, so we are not going to take a breakout. Mostly breakout entries are very risky. Okay, breakout is like catching a falling knife. Price just make move. So that's why most crypto investors do, those who don't have knowledge about how the technical analysis move, the moment they will hear that Trump coin is rising, they will just go and buy. They don't know whether it is going to retrace. So let's currently watch Trump coin and see what is doing. Let's currently watch. So it's very important you understand the technical aspect. Even if you are an investor, if you are a trader, it's very important you understand. So this is what pump and dump. You see currently the coin, how the coin is doing currently. This is how Trump coin. So those who bought over here, they are in drawdown. So you need to understand, if you hear the coin is up, that is not the time you wait. And this one too is not having any current data for you to. So this one is going to be like a scalp, because it is not having any past data for you to make your decision. Okay. So how many people bought the Trump coin? And they are in drawdown? So if you hear something is moving, please don't feel FOMO, don't be emotional to just go and enter. Okay, so this one is not having past data, it is not having even past history for you to know where price is going to get to. So at this point, if you buy, you just have to take your profit very quick, because now that it is trying to get past data. Okay, it is now trying to get past data. So if you have strong belief in this coin, I think this is the time. Okay, so those who don't understand, this is not a financial advice, this is my opinion or my view. Okay, so this is not a financial advice. Those who are into crypto, this is not a financial advice, this is my opinion. If you strongly believe in the utility of this coin, okay, if you strongly believe in the utility of this Trump coin, if you think, maybe it has a utility, okay, and this is just a meme coin, and I don't think it's having a utility. So if you strongly believe that it has a longevity, then this is the right time you need to buy. So currently it is the price is $34. Okay, $34. So it started over here, and currently this is the price. So you see, it is very low. This is the price you need to buy if you strongly believe in it, or if you think, if you are watching technical analysis, you will notice that maybe since price has broken. So it's very important. Even if you are an investor, you are not a day trader, technical analysis is very important. So price has broken, the body of the candle has broken below, okay, and we have the whole of this zone. So I think it can still go down to zero, okay, it can still go down to zero. But at this point, I think the best way you can do is, if you strongly believe it is still going to move down, because comparing the price over here to this side is not that far, okay. So you can just you can have something called average cost. You have something like, you can just be in the trade, like as in execute maybe one after the other. I've forgotten the term they usually use to call it. So you can buy it over here, hold as it is dipping, you are still buying, and it will just move up again. If you strongly, that is when you believe. This is not a financial advice. I've not told anyone to go and do anything. Please, I beg, don't come and blame me. Just my opinion. I'm not a crypto expert, I'm a forex expert. Okay, I trade currency, I'm good in currency, that's what I've mastered. I'm not into crypto, I've not mastered crypto. So with the analysis that you were doing on the pound dollar, okay, with the pound dollar, the H4 is currently also an uptrend. The H4 is also an uptrend at this point. The H4 is an uptrend at this point. The H4 is an uptrend. So at this point, what is going to be our directional bias? So at this point, I would say our directional bias is going to be what? A sell. Okay. Our sectional bias is going to be a sell. Our sectional bias is going to be a sell, moving to the H4 time frame. So we are not going to be entering sell upfront. Since price has broken, we have a clean zone. Okay, you are not going to be entering a sell upfront. We need to wait for price to make a pullback. Okay, so it is currently making a pullback. So I'm expecting price to what? Make a pullback over here. Then it's what? It will continue selling. Okay, but I have to make sure I'll execute. Maybe if I'm getting a trade, I have to make sure the candle has broken above this trend line. Okay, you need to make sure the candle has broken above this trend line, then I'll execute a buy. So if this is not the time to impulsively enter a buy over here, price is far from the area of interest. Okay, price is far from the area of interest. So taking a buy over here, your stop loss is going to be very wide. Look, 50, close to 50, let's say 50 pips. Your target is, even though the risk reward like 1:1.5, but I don't think it's a wise decision to be taken. So wait for price to come and settle on this level. Okay, wait for price to settle on this level. If price settle on this level, then you execute a buy. Okay, so currently price is pulling back, so our advice, we wait for the pullback for price to settle on this one. If it settles on this one, you wait for the break over above this dynamic resistance level, then we take a buy. That's the best way we can go by. But at this point, please, I'm not going to advise you, I'm not going to recommend, or I'm not going to admonish anyone to take a sell. It is not advised, because price has currently broken above the giant the price has currently broken above the daily zone, the monthly zone. You get it? Price has struggled. So if you look at the daily time frame, you will notice that the daily time frame tries to break the body of the wicks has been testing this one. Okay, so finally the H4 candle has broken. So this is not any other time frame candle, this H4 time frame candle, and it's a very strong time frame candle confirmation. So as it has been able to break, the chances that price is going to get to this target is very high. But at this point, you need to position ourselves very well to execute a buy. That's the most important thing. We need to position ourselves in the right area to execute a buy. You get it? So I think maybe the news events might make it happen. Just do some magic. So 8:15, so you don't have to execute a trade. Since there's an upcoming news event, we have to wait for the news to be released before you make a decision. That is what is going to make you profitable. If you try to fight the news, you're not going to see you are not going to see what do you call it, a nice equity curve. Your equity curve is going to be like this. You will be in profit. Your equity curve, if your equity curve looks like this, if your equity curve looks like this, then you are not applying risk management well, you are not doing things well. If your equity curve looks like this, anytime you lose more than what you win, your wins are very tiny or small, then I think you are getting things right. It's just not stable. Equity curve should be like this. Your equity curve should always be like this. So equity curve should, at least it should look like this. Okay, if you win, you win big. If you lose small. You get it? That is what how a profitable trader's equity curve looks like. But if your equity curve looks like this, then there was something you are doing wrong. So at this point, what I'm trying to say is for us to wait for the news to be released, because we are just an hour to the news event. 8:15, you are going to be having this news event. Okay, so what's the chances that before the news event, the range, because when you are trading currencies are not volatile compared to maybe commodity like gold, or maybe the indices like maybe US 30 or maybe S&P 500 or maybe the NAS 100. Currencies are not volatile compared to, or they are not liquid as compared to those asset classes. You get it? So it's very, very important we wait, because within that, I'm not sure within the space of this 1 hour, that is when price is going to move or skyrocketed. Okay, we have to wait for the news to be released, because euro news is definitely going to affect the pound too as well, because you are in the same section. And if there was a high impact news that is going to be happening during the lending session, by all means it is going to affect the pound too as well. So even though it is not a pound news, but I'm very sure, based on my experience, it is really, really going to have a direct impact on what the pound dollar too is going to be doing. So what you are going to be doing is what? Just do our analysis and wait for the news to be released. After the news has been released, then you can make decision. That's the best point. That's the best thing you have to do. So you get it? Because the forex market is full of what? News events. And if you don't pay attention to the news event, if you're a trader over here and you don't even know Forex Factory, but you are having, what do you call it, you are having a live account, then I don't know how you are going to make money in the market. If you're having a live account and you've not heard of Forex Factory, then I don't know how you are going to be making money from the market. You get it? So you need to make sure, we are going to be waiting for the news to be released. It's very, very important you always have it at what, behind you, the news event. So I'm really, really pissed off with this move. I'm really, really pissed off with this move. This is the analysis I did before I went to bed, and the thing has really, really played out perfectly. It has really, really played out. So this was the analysis I did before going to bed. Everything. So when I was about to get to bed, this candle was in session. I said, oh, maybe since the zone is not that strong, price might get to this level. Price will come to the trend line. Okay, maybe try to play around this level. Then during the lending session, you are going to be having this move. But what happened? Price decided to just create the resistance. Give us the resistance over here. You can see price just gave us the resistance, and what happened? So these are my A+ setup. These are the trades that I would take it. So it's the same trade I took on the pound dollar last two weeks. Is the same trade setup that has been happening over. So these are the trades that when I come to, that's why there's no stress on me. I'm always looking for this thing. Okay, I don't have multiple strategies. My strategy is one: break and retest. So you see the same thing happen over here. So these are the things that I always look on the chart. So you see the setup that happened on USD card is the same thing that happened over here. So this trade, we didn't get advantage. We didn't take it because the way the candle closed, the formation of the candle wasn't something enticing for us to take. So I just relaxed. I didn't take this trade. You get it? So I do one thing every day. A lot of people are chasing shiny objects, shiny strategies. I do one thing every day, and it's working for me. You get it? So just break to retest. So you see, this one happened on the daily time frame. If you guys can remember last 2 weeks, we caught the whole of this move and see how price fell. So this one happened on what? The daily time frame. Price created a resistance, and what happened? Price decided to see. So I do the same thing every day. And this week, the trade that I took, it is the same trade setup I took. Okay, it is the same trade setup I took. So price just broke out. Price just broke, made a rate test. What happened? Price continued. So this is the trade I took this week. Okay, so you can see that everything that I do is what? Mechanical. It is systematic. Everything that I'm doing over here, it is systematic. I don't do random things when it comes to my trading. A lot of you are doing random things. So you can see it over here. Price book made a rate test, but this one, the level, they never created the support that I was looking for. Why the green screen? What does it mean by a green screen? Why the green? Are you seeing green screen? The green candles or green. So it's the same thing that happened over here. It's the same thing that happened over here. So yesterday too was the same thing that you were expecting. Okay, the same thing that you were expecting. Price just move up. Okay, so we couldn't take advantage of. So let's see. Let's analyze card JPY, or let me check out on gold and see, because gold is very volatile. Gold has moved. So let's see gold. If you look at gold, these are the various rejectional levels on gold. So we're having this rejection level over here. If you look at the weekly time frame, on gold, these are the various rejectional levels. Looking at the daily time frame, so price is currently, wow, so the zone has been filled. So I was stepping, so you guys can go back yesterday's analysis, and I pointed out on this thing that price, wow, it was really looking good, but I wouldn't have taken this. But even though it has just made a break and retest, but I wouldn't have even taken this trade, because if you look at the H4 candle, it's never closed, it's never open with a wick. So the chances that maybe, so yesterday, I'm very sure during the the New York session, the Asian session, something happened. There was a high impact in it. That's why I'm very sure, because of the pound interest rate, that's why you are seeing the pairs moving, because mostly Asian session doesn't have full volume like that. So because of the pound interest rate, the yen interest rate, that's why we are seeing rapid movement in price like that. I'm very sure, because of the interest rate. Okay, so price, yesterday I was saying price is definitely going to make a pullback on this level, because this zone is very strong and price has broken out. We need to wait for it to make a pullback retest, and it will continue, and it's perfectly continued. So looking at the H4 time frame, so all the time frames are currently moving up. Okay, so the move has already happened. So what you can do now is just to wait for the pullback. You don't have to enter in the middle of this zone. Price has already taken off. Okay, price has already taken off. So for me, what I would do is what, to wait for price to come back to a strong level that I strongly believe. So what are the levels that I strongly believe? If price gets rejected on, it is going to hold. So I strongly believe this level can hold. You get it? I strongly believe this level can hold price. You get it? I strongly believe this level can hold price. So I'll rather wait for price to come to it is not a guessing game. This is how I look at it. So I'm hoping price to come to this slide. You don't have to enter. So the example I showed you on the meme coin, on the Trump coin, you see people heard price was moving up. They just entered in the middle of the range and price just fell. It's the same thing over here. This is not the time to what to buy. Time to buy. Price has already taken off, even though the zone hasn't fully filled. Okay, if you look left, you can see that the price is having a zone for it to fill fully, but price hasn't filled it fully. But this is not the time for you to execute a buy over here. Entering a buy over here is like what, you are in the middle of the range. Okay, you have to always make sure you are taking a trade which is close to an area of interest. Okay, which is close to an area of interest or key level. Price is currently in this middle of the range, so taking a buy over here, you are just going to do yourself a harm, because price, even though it is having some small range to fill, like 90 pips over here to fill, but it is best you wait for price to get. So you can see as price got to this side, how it got rejected by the zone before it moved up. Okay, before before it moved up so there was a breakout entry over here. So if a level of breakout, you can enter it over here, but at this point you have to wait for price to just pull back. This is my opinion. If it pulls back, then what, when it pulls back, these are the various levels price might be rejected. You can see this support levels, so price will definitely get rejected on this level. Okay, price will definitely get rejected on this level. So if it moves up again, then what, you take, this is the point, or this is the area I'll wait for price to come and I will take a buy. Okay, 100%, because levels are very important. You can see how the price pulled back on this level, but even though later it's closed over here, so these are the levels that I will execute. So this is just a breakout, I'll just execute a buy. So entering over here is not advisable. So this is the level I would love to what, execute a buy. So I will patiently wait for price to what, pull back on this level. So this will be my what, my entry level. Okay, this will be my entry level. This is the level I would love to execute a buy on gold. So you don't, at this point I'm not going to recommend to sell, because when it comes to pullback, you don't have a guaranteed level that price is going to pull back to. Okay, so price can just pull back, just make it, we can have a minor pullback. This is the direction of the market. The direction of the market is currently moving up, so price can just make a minor pullbacks. Okay, you don't know when a pullback is going to end, so wait for price to give you the end of a pullback. But since I don't know, I'm just tipping price to come to this side before I will execute a buy. That's the best way I will go by gold. But currently moving to, so some people will just move to the lower time frames and just look at the flip and just be hanging, taking a trade, like taking a hanging trace. That's fine. If it's working for you, fine. But for me, I would love price to pull back to this level before I will execute a buy on gold. Okay, before I will execute a buy on gold. So at this point, I will not love to execute a buy at this point. Okay, I would not love to execute a buy. I would love, and I'm not interested to in a sell, because all the majority of the time frames are all pointing up. So I'm not interested in this sell. Okay, I'm not interested in a sell. So let's look at, so that's it for gold. Let me look at USD card, since we didn't finish analyzing. Now USD CHF. With USD CHF, what's happening on USD CHF? So this is the rejectional level at the monthly time frame. Looking at the weekly time frame. So in case maybe you are here and you are confused on how I'm doing my analysis, you can join the ongoing training. I'm going to explain everything to you for you to understand. So it's important to invest in education, other than what, trying to fund your account, donating it to your brokers. Invest in education. After investing in education, then you start trading live. You get it? So don't start trading life upfront whilst you've not gotten yourself educated. That is going to be a bad financial mistake, or bad financial decision you are going to be taking. That's going to be a bad financial advice or decision you are going to be taking. So looking at, so we have rejectional level 2 over here. Okay, so the weekly time frame, the trend is what? The trend at the weekly time frame, price is currently trending up. Okay, so trend is what? An uptrend at this point in the market. The trend is up, so I'm expecting on the weekly time frame, I'm expecting price to get to this level. Then it's what? So the weekly time frame is currently making a pullback, so I'm expecting price to get to this level. If it gets to this level, then what? I take a buy. But one thing you need to understand, this is the weekly time frame, and for price to get to this side, it can be what? And it can be an impulsive move, or it can be a trending market at the, even though it's a counter trend at the weekly time frame. But if you move to the lower time frame, it can be what? It can be a trending market at the daily time frame. So let's move to the daily time frame. So as I said, you can see on the daily time frame, the trend is what? A downtrend. But when we went to what? The weekly time frame, the price was making what? A downtrend or a counter trend. Okay, so you guys are not giving a like. You guys are more than 8. Only 8 people have given a like to the stream. So give a like to the stream, click on the like thumbs up button, and if you have not subscribed to the channel too, please kindly do so. I know a lot of people who watch this channel and now they can trade profitably. Okay, so kindly give a like, click on the like button before you proceed. Click on the like button before you proceed. Click on the thumbs up button. Give a like to the stream, and if you have any question too, kindly drop it in the chat box. It will get answered. Click on the like button. Click on the thumbs up button. Click on the thumbs up button before we proceed. You guys are more than 8. At least let's get it to 10. So yeah, so it's now, so let's get it to 10. Let's get it into 10, or I should just stop. Should I stop? Let's get it into 10. It's not up to 10 yet. It's not up to 10 yet. Click on the like button, the thumbs up button, for us to get it into 10. Okay, all right, so let's proceed. So you don't have to be forced before you do that. You have to do it naturally. The thumbs up button. Okay, so looking at the daily time frame on USD CHF, these are the various rejectional levels at the weekly time, at the daily time frame. These are the various rejectional levels. So price is currently what? A downtrend. So as I indicated, even though if you move to the weekly time frame, you get to understand that what? The weekly time frame trend is what? A downtrend. Price is the downtrend at the weekly time frame, which is a counter trend. But if you move to the daily time frame, you get to understand that what? It is trending. Okay, but the weekly time frame is a counter trend, but the daily time frame is in what? A trending market. You get it? So the daily is a downtrend as well. So at this point, what I would do if I'm about to make a decision solely on this time frame, I would love price to break out, because if you look at this one, there's a rejectional level over here, and when price break out, I'm not going to take the breakout. I'll wait for the retest, then I'll take the continuation at the daily time frame. So since price is getting rejected on this level, we still don't know whether price is going to break unless you have gotten confirmation. So currently price hasn't broken yet, so we are still going to be relaxed and wait for proper confirmation. Okay, so it's all about patience when it comes to this game. It's all about patience. So price is currently what? A downtrend at the H4 time frame. Okay, so what I'll wait for is what is, since it is a downtrend, I can't be taking, even though the daily time frame and the daily time frame and the H4 time frame are all what a downtrend. You get it? They are all downtrend. But should I take a sell upfront? No, I have to factor into consideration what are the zones saying. We're having this rejectional level, so you can see as price was trying to move down, the daily rejectional level got rejected. Price got rejected by the daily rejectional level. This one too is getting rejected by the daily rejection. This one too is also getting rejected. Okay, so we're having multiple rejectional levels. So if you want to know or understand if price is going to move smoothly, or there's going to be what a lot of a lot of consolidation, it is easily for you to predict. If you have a lot of zones surrounding the current market price, then it is easily for you to understand that price is going to consolidate or price is going to range at this point. So if you watch the current market price, you can see we are having multiple rejectional levels. Okay, we are having multiple rejectional levels that price would definitely get rejected by those levels. We're having multiple rejectional levels over here, so the chances that price will get rejected, and you see that price is currently ranging or consolidating by these levels. So it is easily for you to predict if a market is going to range or it's going to trend. It is easily to predict in the sense when it comes to the trending market. These are the zones that you will love to always bet your money on. Where is it? Okay, this is USD CHF. Okay, so these are the zones that you always 100% love to bet your money on. These are the zones, you get it? These are the zones that you always love to bet your money on. You see this zone? These are the zones. These are the zones, but not these zones. These zones are not tradable zones. We call it not tradable zones, and I think this zone too also makes sense. Okay, these zones too also make sense to bet your money on. So it's always important you understand this principle. So currently the daily time frame is a downtrend, H4 time frame is a downtrend, so I'm not interested in anything related to a buy. I'm not interested in such trade or such move in price. I'm not interested to take a buy on any of that. I'm not interested in that. So this is a rejectional level 2 over here. Okay, this is a rejectional level. So at this point, taking a sell on USD CHF is going to be hard, because you haven't, looking left, you have a lot of consolidations. Okay, but the buy is having a good zones, but I'm not interested in the buy. Okay, so making a decision on USD CHF, let me check out the zone for this one. 15 pips. So what I'll wait for is price to break out from this zone, make a pullback, then I'll take a sell. That's what I would love to see. Okay, that's what I would love to see, because if you are looking at this side, you're having this rejection level over here. There was a rejection level, there was a rejection level over here. You're having a lot of rejectional levels, That's why if you look at the daily time frame too, there was a rejectional level at the daily time frame. You can see it over here. There was a rejectional level at the daily time frame. So a lot of rejectional levels. So I will not love to execute in a ranging market. I will not love to execute in this ranging market. I would not love to execute in this ranging market. So all these zones, all these levels are not tradable zones. All these levels are not tradable zones for me. All these levels are not tradable zones. You get it? So this is the tradable zone. This is the zone that I would love to bet my money in. Okay, this is the one that I would love to bet my money, even though the range is not big, 16 pips, because if price is moving, sometimes it will move very fast, and I think it will cover some of the range. So it depends. You are just going to have it is not a zone that I'm trusting to execute on, because if price is moving to this zone, it is going to occupy some of the zones. Okay, so the chances that it will occupy like 5 pips of the 15 pips, then if it happens like that, then it's not worth taking it. You get it? It's not worth taking it. So what I would love to wait for you, let's see. So this, you have a nice tradable zone to over here. You have a nice tradable zone to over here. You have a nice tradable zone to over here. So I think this will be the best zone. If you look at the zone is what, 30 pips. Yeah, so even if price take 5 pips, if price is moving down, the candle takes like 5 pips of the zone. I think you still have to like 25 pips of the zone to what, to take advantage of. So I think it will be best if you execute on such zone, but I'm not interested in a buy since the daily time frame is trending down and H4 is trending down. I'm not interested in any of this buy. I'm interested to take what, a sell. That's what I will be looking for. Let's look at USD card and see. USD card has really disappointed me this week, though. Even though it is the pair that has given me opportunity this week. Last 2 weeks was the pound dollar, which was giving opportunities. So at least you have to get like 2 or 3 pairs that you are monitoring. So for me currently, these are the 3 pairs that I'm usually trading actively: the pound dollar, the US card, USD CHF. So last 2 weeks, it was the pound dollar which was giving opportunities. Last week, the pound dollar was also giving opportunities, but there was no clarity in some of the moves. This week is the dollar card. The dollar card is the one giving me opportunity this week. So it gave one opportunity over here based on how I see the market. It gave another opportunity, this one, because of the news, and the last 9 too. It gave an opportunity, but the timing wasn't favorable. So it's good you take like 2 or 3 of pairs. So if this week this one is not giving opportunity, I think, but it shouldn't be positive correlated pairs like trading GBP USD, Euro USD. Since they are positive correlated pairs, mostly the setups or how the candles are being printed are the same. So if that means if I'm not getting opportunity, it is going to affect the other pairs. If I'm not getting opportunity on one pair, it's going to affect the other pair too as well. So you have to make sure the pairs are negative correlated pairs. Okay, their patterns, the way they move are not the same. Okay, so USD card move differently from how the pound dollar moves. So that's why I get opportunity at least every week. I get 1 or 2 trades. Okay, 1 or 2 trades. If this one doesn't give me opportunity, this one is going to give opportunity. So that's how you need to treat it. So just have time for yourself, test some of the currency pairs and see. Okay, with time you get to know which one best fits your strategy. Not every pair is going to fit your strategy. That's one thing you have to understand. So those who are trading everything, you have to understand that not every pair is a profitable pair to trade. Some of the pairs are not profitable based on how you trade the market and your systems. Not all pairs are going to. You having tons of currency pairs that is in the system or that is in the forex market, but not all of the pairs are going to be profitable for you to execute. So you have to know the pairs that are going to best fit the way you trade, but it's all also going to depend on your testing. Okay, you need to test a lot. All right, so let's see the pound dollar, the dollar card, and see. So with the dollar card, these are the various rejectional level. If you look at the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, you have rejectional. You're having this rejectional level over here. Looking at the daily time frame, so the daily time frame is currently consolidating. It has consolidated a lot. Price broke out, and at the same time it has broken within the range too again. Price broke out, made a retest, broke out. So it was consolidating, making equal highs and equal lows. So the moment the candle broke out, so the zone has now broken and price is currently retesting. Okay, so as it was retesting over here, this was the area yesterday I was pondering about. I was talking a lot about it, for price to get to this side before it will turn around, price to get to this side before it will turn around. But what happened? Price decided to just retest. So that's why I always advise trading against the trend is something that is going to be very dangerous for you, because price normally doesn't trend as compared to taking advantage of a trending market. So a counter trade, you see where normally maybe this might be your target, but you see price just the body of the candle just what close in the middle of this zone. Okay, it just close over here. So it's always advisable if you trade with a trend. I think that is the profitable way of what trading the forex market based on my experience. But you see, it just made a retest over here and price just continued down. So the daily time frame is currently making a retest. So this is the level, the rejectional level that price is going to get rejected. Price is currently going to get rejected. So you're having the H4 time frame over here. So what's that? So the daily time frame trend is what? The daily time frame trend is a downtrend. But if you look at the H4 time, the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame is what? A downtrend too as well. So we are expecting price to just make a pullback, then it will continue. So looking at the daily time frame, price is currently what? The daily time frame, the weekly time frame, what you are seeing over here is just a counter trend. Even though the trend has shifted to what? A downtrend at the weekly time frame. But what we are expecting over here is what? We are expecting price to what? Just raise test. So maybe if the weekly, if tomorrow's candle close within the side, if it's close like this, that means the trend has shifted, so we can have a pullback again and price will just continue with the trend. Okay, so if it's close like this, then maybe next week we can be having more down moves on USD card. Okay, so if you look at the daily time frame, you can see this clean zone that price might get rejected before it starts. Price can fill the whole of this zone. So let me look at the H4 time frame. If you're having 99 zone, so it's not looking good. So maybe we can be having something like this, price just breaking out, making a retest like how it did over here, then it will continue for next week forward. But looking at this week, what price is currently also consolidating, similar to what's happening on USD CHF. Okay, similar to what is happening on USD CHF. So USD CHF and the pound dollar moves negative, like moves opposite to each other. It is a negative correlated pair. They don't move the same. So these are the various rejectional levels. So I'm expecting price to get rejected around this side. Okay, I'm expecting price to get rejected around this side currently. So price is currently over here. So if price decides to pull back to this side, then I think we can still have the sell again. Price to pull back over here, the candle resting on this one, then we take a sell. I think when it happens like that, we can get an opportunity to execute. But at this point, price is currently just making a pullback over here. So there's no trade on USD card at this point. So you're having a rejectional level over here. So as I said, if you want to know if market is going to consolidate, then if price is forming close to an area of interest where we have a lot of rejectional levels, this is no trade zone. So you need to wait for price to break out. This is no trade zone. This is no trade zone. Okay, so you need to wait for price. I'm not interested in this buy. This is just a pullback. Okay, I'm not interested in this buy. So I want price to break out before I'll look for what? A sell. I'm interested in a sell, not a buy. Okay, that's one thing you need to understand on USD card. So currently the move has already happened. This is a nice move. I would have taken advantage of. What's the pip range? 35 pips. Wow, this trade would have given me like 1 to 2 risk to reward. So this would have been the point I'll place my stop loss. My target would have been at the daily time frame. Okay, the target, because the daily time frame was really yeah. So let's say even if I use the H4 level, wow, even this one is what? 1 to 2. Even this one was 1 to 2. Wow. Just one move, 1 to 2 risks to reward, 1 to 3. So this one would have made my week. But all the same, since it is a setup that I was predicting, or since it was a setup that I was projecting to happen, if it has passed me by, I don't care, because it is definitely going to happen again. You get it? It is definitely going to happen again. The most important thing is what? If you understand what you are doing, that is what you have to get in mind. If you understand what you are doing, everything is going to be secondary. Okay, everything is going to be secondary. So even though I've missed the move that I would have taken it this morning, it's happened during the, I'm even surprised USD card moved during the Asian session, like very fast like that. I don't know whether Trump said something. So around 2 o'clock a.m., that is when it moved. That is when it moved. I would have taken advantage of. So the whole of this week, these are the trades that I've taken. Let me check. So it's going to be an accountability this thing. So you need to be accountable to yourself. So let me check BTC USD before. And I've learned some people also trade this thing too, the indices too as well. Please, if you are trading indices, understand that if you are trading indices, understand that you can't trade indices during the lending session. This is not the time you trade indices. You trade indices during the New York Stock Exchange session. When the New York market open, that's when you have to trade indices. You get it? So US 30. Those who loves volatile pairs, say the US 30. So these ones, it is not advisable you trade them during lending session. Trade them during the New York session. So those who want to trade the indices, the NAS 100, the US 30s, wow. So the stock market is really what, doing well. Wow, big candles. When did this one happen? So if you look back, so you can do back testing on it. Those who want the volatile. So you see, during the whole of lending session, it consolidated. So during the New York is when it started moving up. It consolidated during the New York. Yeah, so during the New York session. So it mostly moves during the New York session. So let me add it to my watch list and see. So US 30. So the Dow Jones. So which broker should I even use? Capital.com. Which broker? Black Bull. Should I use Black Bull? So those who trade it, which broker do you mostly use it? Is it Forex.com? Is it Black Bull? So if you have an idea about it, kindly type it in the chat box. When it comes to US 30, with that, if you are doing your analysis, so let me check it over here on Google. So which broker is recommendable? Recommendable to be used. I think I have to ask ChatGTP to be used for analyzing. I think ChatGTP will be best than Google for analyzing US 30. Which broker is recommended to be used for analyzing US 30? ChatGTP will just give me an accurate answer. Let me use ChatGPT rather than Google. ChatGTP. Yeah. So which broker which broker is recommendable to be used to analyze US 30? So there was an upcoming news, okay? So there was no need to take any trade. So when analyzing and trading US 30, the Dow Jones Industrial Average Index, it's important to choose a broker that offers reliable data, low spread. So XM, so that's why I always recommend XM. You see, even ChatGPT is saying XM. So if you are here and you are not using XM is having low spread, good execution. You get it when it comes to, so XM is a low spread, regulated by multiple authorities, offer access to both MetaTrader 5 and 4 platforms, some restriction on certain countries. So some countries can't use it. So it's important you use XM. But this is not what I'm looking for. I want a regulated brokers in the US. So if you are more focused on analyzing, trading view to analyze true, you need to link it to a broker for life. Okay. Okay, let me say in the US. In the United States. In the United States. Which broker is recommended to be used to analyze US 30 in the United States? When analyzing and trading, so TD Amari Trade. Oh, ChatGPT, what are you doing to me? Ninja Trader, Trade Station. Oh, I'm not asking the right question. When analyzing, it is important to use broker that offers access in this is opportunity. Here are some few brokers. I think it's not giving me the correct response I want. Which broker is recommendable? Which regulated, let me say regulated broker. Which regulated broker in the United States? Finding a regulated broker. So CFTC. Okay, so we have Forex.com over here. So TD Amari Trade, Think or Swim. FXCM. Okay. All right. So someone is saying we should use FXCM. What of Capital.com? I was even searching for this broker. I've forgotten the name. I forgot the name. I don't know whether Owanda doesn't provide. Good morning, Big Boss Brenny, Paper Chaser. I was even thinking either Owanda will provide such service. So I think FXCM2 is also good. So you're having FXCM. So Capital.com too, or Black Bull Market. Okay, let me use the FXCM. Or Forex.com too is cool. Okay, let me use FXCM. Yeah, FXCM. So I've added US 30 to my watch list. So since I've seen some people doing analysis on the US 30, but US 30 it is not advisable you trade it during the lending session. So even maybe you'll be doing pre-analysis on that. So during the what do you call it, during the New York session, then you trade it. You trade it during the New York session. So what's going to, wow, it has been moving, it has been moving up ever since. So you need to wait for the New York session. That's the best times you need to trade the US 30. You need to wait for it to close. Yeah, so this week let's make an accountability check and see. So this week has been, the first trade was taken on this one. The first trade was taken on this one, US card over here. I took a buy over here. The first trade over here was, I think, on Monday or so. You took a buy. At this point, we swing it to this side. Yeah. So the first initial move, I close it in what, a break even. I close it in a small 1% loss, and I entered again, and what, it ended up going in my favor. So this was the first trade I took on Monday. So the risk reward was, I think, 1 to 2 or so. It was 1 to 2. So Friday is for an accountability check. Yeah, 1 to 2. I got like 1 to 2 risk reward. Yeah, so that was the first trade. So since then, I didn't get any trade opportunities again. And last time, was it last Thursday? Last Wednesday, or yeah, Wednesday. Something was looking enticing. It attracted me to take the trade on car JPY, because everything everything was pointing in our favor on this trade. Everything. So you see, later it has ended up moving in our favor. So the trade wasn't looking good. So I closed my trade in a break even. Then what happened? Price decided to what? Just take some people out and later move in their favor. You get it? And later move in their favor. So this is how the pair is currently looking. So that means the prediction that we did is what, moving according to what you were expecting. You were expecting a buy, so we got stopped out. Price get to the stop loss, I think like 10 pips or so, and price decided to what, move again. It has been consolidating all week. Price has been consolidating, not having an original direction. Okay, I don't know what is hindering this pair to move to the original direction, but it has been making ups and down, fluctuating equity curve, fluctuating your balance. Okay, so I took one trade over here too, and the trade just ended up in break even. So let's say 2 trades, 1 break even, 1 loss, 1 win. So my win covers all the profit that I took for the week. Okay, my wins covers all the profit. So currently I'm up for the month. Okay, we are hoping, so next week will be the final this thing, what do you call it? So currently I'm up for the month, even though it's not big because I didn't start early and I wasn't my risk wasn't consistent. So the first trade, for instance, I risked like 0.5 on GBP USD, and the second trade I risked like 1%. So the risk hasn't been consistent. You get it? The risk hasn't been consistent. So the trading itself is going to start next month. Trading for me is actually going to start next month. That is when the actual trading is going to start. So this month is just a warm up, because January mostly, that is not when the big players usually come to play the game. Mostly people have not started trading yet. So February is when you are going to start the actual what? You are going to start playing the game. Yeah, so this is how it's going. So this year plus 1.4%, this month plus 1.4%, this week. Yeah, so the losses, the spread and everything never got me to. And the break even trades plus 0.69%. So overall for the week is plus 1.4%. It's not big though, but since we are up, it's okay. So minor profits because account size is not small, it's small. So minor profit for the week. It's not bad for the week, for the month. Okay, the month hasn't ended yet. The month hasn't ended yet. So currently, long, 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 long. So currently, just checking my portfolio to see. So this is the equity curve. You can see you're having a steep equity curve. So this is January so far. This is how it's going for January. So January so far is 1.4%. It's not bad. At least you are not in drawdown. You get it. You've been able to manage ourselves well, even though it's not much. I think you are in good stand for the subsequent month to come. You get it. You are in good stand for the subsequent month to come. So that's the most important thing. Yeah, so that's the most important thing. Yeah. So 1.5 at least I have to get. So let's see. Maybe from next week, I'll try. If the market gives, I'm hoping the market is going to give nice opportunities next week. Then I'll move it to like maybe percent or 2.5. Let's see. Next week, we'll have a lot of events. Yeah. So next week we don't have a lot of news. Next week is a clean week. So it's only Thursday that we're going to be having interest rates, and Friday too. Yeah, so let's see. We have one more week to end the month, but at least this week isn't bad. Okay, so this car JPY is a problem. This car JPY is a problem. Yeah, so this car JPY, so the analysis that we did on car JPY was correct, but what happened is what just it just didn't get to the target. But the analysis, everything was perfect. So price is currently trying to move to the direction. But everything that we did on car JPY was perfect. Yeah. So let's wait for the news to be released. We have like 3 minutes for the news to be released. Let's see how the news is going to play out. So if you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat box. If you have any questions. So how did your week? How did your week go? If you are here, how did it go? And what are your challenges so far in trading? What are your challenges? Maybe I have an advice, I can give it to you. What are your challenges so far? And how did your week go? What are the things that you are struggling with? Is it about trying to be as in making consistent profit? You will win today, tomorrow you lose. Is it about that? Is it about that? Please let me know in the comment section. If you make money today and you lose it tomorrow, then maybe your risk management, your risk to reward management, or your risk management is poor. So kindly type in what are your challenges so far. So let's check it out on Euro USD since the news. Wow, Euro USD has already taken off. Okay, the news has been released. So what's your problem now, guys? I'm listening. So there was no trade for me. No trade to execute. Yeah, so the service one, so it was still below 48.9. So how come the euro is becoming strong? 48.9, and still euro is supposed to be weak. So how come it is moving up? This thing makes a lot of noise. It's supposed to be weak. Yeah, so you see the candle opens with no wick, so it will definitely come down. It will definitely come down because the news that was released is supposed to be 48.9, comparing it to 49.3. It's supposed to be this thing. Yeah, supposed to be the euro is supposed to be weak because it is below the threshold, so we are expecting contraction. Yeah. So this is how the pound dollar too is looking like. So still no entry, but it's not looking good for me. It should make the retest at the time frame I'm expecting it to happen. So let me see the pound yen too and see. But it was one thing I was looking for a sell on it. Yeah, I was looking for a sell on this trade because the daily time frame has made a perfect break and retest. But yesterday's candle just messed up everything. Yeah, I'm expecting a sell on this one. I'm expecting a sell. Yeah, because the daily time frame has made a perfect break and retest. So now since the lower wick has also been broken, so you see this similar scenario happened last 2 weeks. That's why you couldn't even execute the sell on pound dollar on this trade. I couldn't execute, not we. I couldn't execute. That was on the H4 time frame. Yeah, this similar trade setup. You get it. I wanted to take a sell on this one. You get it. But because of what? How the candle moved up, created a long wick before coming down. I couldn't execute a sell on this one. So this one too, I miss it because of how the candle was forming. Miss like 50 pips. The whole of 50 pips, I miss it. Okay. So it's the same thing that is happening on the pound yen too again. So you see how my setup has been playing out, happening more often. It has been happening more often. You get it. So let's wait. I'm currently waiting for the 831 to be released. Then see how it will go, how Euro is going to be doing. So the pound yen. So you guys are not talking. Just come and watch, not say anything. So this week we've taken one trade on the stream. We did everything live on the stream. Okay, the first trade was done live, and last 2 weeks too. Let me check this trade. This one was taken on 8th January. So who can be transparent like what I've been doing? Been taking trades live. What happened? Okay. Uh, Let me check my channel. That was 8. That was on 8, right? Everything was done live. So you can go to my live videos and you watch a lot of value over there. 8, 8. Yeah, so this is the time we took 7th. Okay, so this is the time we took the pound dollar trade. Please check manufacturing. What does it mean? What does it mean by manufacturing? It's A plus. So this is the point we took. So this is where we so this is where we took the sell. So this is where we took the sell, guys. On 8th, we took the sell live on the stream. Yeah, so this is the point. So this is the point. So this is the point I took the sell. This is where I took the sell. So we took the sell over here. So you can go back and watch it again. Yeah. So we took the sell over here. We we took the sell over. So who can be transparent like what I'm doing? Doing everything, taking trades with you live. So I think this one I was impulsive. So So this trade that we took, this trade that I'm talking about, this one, you see, we caught it live on the stream. We caught the whole of this one live on the stream. We caught everything live on the stream. So this is the trade. I, I think this one I was impulsive early like that. I think I was impulsive this time. I was impulsive during that time. So you see, everything was done live. We took the sell and it got to the target too perfectly. It never get to the break even level. I think that trade I even I got to the trade late. I should have entered it around this side, but I got into the trade late. So everything was done live. So this week too, the trade I took this week on the pound on the dollar card was also done live. Every trade that I've been taking has been done. Everything was done live. So this one too, on 20th of January, I did everything live too. 20th January, 20th. Yeah, so the first trade I closed it. The second one I entered it low. Yeah, so when it came to the charts, that was what I was looking for. Yeah. So this candle made me. So this one too. So you get it. Everything has been done live. We don't hide anything. Every trade has been taken live. Every trade was taken live, guys. So you see, all the trades was taken live. So this is the risk. The risk is the red line, and the reward. So every single trade, it's only the car JPY that I traded. I traded it with everything has. So you see, everything was done live. Every single trade was taken live on YouTube. Okay, so you have to go back and rewatch my thought process on every trade that I've taken on YouTube. So exactly what I said. I said price has a long way to go, and it went there exactly. So this is where we took the trade. So, so this was the target, and price got there exactly. Okay. So if you are interested, you can join the training. Everything is going to be, I'm going to show you everything live. Okay, I'm going to explain everything live to you. All right, so guys, if there was no question, let's call it a day. So happy weekend, guys. Happy weekend to everyone, and make sure use your weekends to analyze. Use your weekend to go back your trades that you trading is a journey. Okay, I didn't just wake up one day and became good at what I do. I'm not yet good yet. I'm not yet where I want to. I'm always trying to refine. So if I'm not there yet, please, this is the time for you to what? So this is the time for you to go back and reanalyze. So what are you saying? Please check manufacturing. It is A plus. What does it mean? What is manufacturing? Manufacturing. Please, can you come again, Mr. William? How can I manage risks? So Rosemary is asking, how can you manage risks? So when it comes to risk management, you have to first of all know the amount you are willing to lose. Okay, so you have to know your account size. It depends. If you're having $100, risk is a subjective topic. If you're having $100 and you want to risk everything on a trade, that is up to you. Maybe you can afford the next day you can get. Okay, but in trading, because of the nature of the game, as in trading is more about what probabilities. The trade that you have strong conviction or strong belief it is moving in your favor might not be moving in your favor. So that's why we give ourselves chances. Okay, so when it comes to risk management, the reason why you manage risks is because you want to give yourself chances. Okay, you are giving yourself chances for price to play out. So let's say 10 trades, by all means, taking 10 trades, not all the 10 is going to move in your favor. Majority of the times, not all the 10 is going to move in your favor. So maybe 4 of them is going to move in your favor, but it is not sequence, as in your losses are not going to come in a sequence basis. It is random. Okay, so the one that maybe you are going to risk the whole of your account on, maybe that one might be the one that you are going to lose the trade. Okay, so that's why you manage risk, so that you don't blow the account, because the trade that you are thinking it is going to move in your favor might be the loss. So you manage risks to get to be able to trade, to give yourself chances. Okay, so let's say as you are giving, you have to assess your strategy, assess yourself as a trader. Are you good enough to be able to maybe risk 2% based on your history, based on your past data? How frequent has your trading setup, or how frequent has your trading, let's say, how frequent has your strategy been playing out? Maybe looking at your past history, you don't normally lose. Maybe your win rate is like 80%. With that one, you can see I'm risking 5% of the account, I'm risking 10% of the account. Okay, but maybe if you look at your past history, you notice that your losses are more. You mostly have what? Low win rate, but what? High risk to reward. Then you need to risk less so that you'll be able to enter more trades. Okay, so you can risk like 2% of the account. Okay, so risking 1% or 2% on the account, that is how you manage risks. So you manage risks based on your skill level, based on your account level, account size, and based on your history, based on your past data, how you've been, how often do you win trades. You get it. So you factor all these things into consideration before you make a decision in the forex market. So risk management is very important. Okay, so every particular trade you need to manage your risks. Every particular trade you need to manage, know the amount you are going to risk. And when it comes to, if you start a new month, you need to make sure your risk is consistent. You see, for me, for instance, as we started the month, my risk wasn't consistent. That is why my losses, my win rate, I would have even gotten by now, I would have gotten like 2%, but because my risk wasn't consistent, that's why I wasn't seeing like, my growth hasn't been steep like that. You get it. So that's how we usually manage risks. So you risk percentage of your account. You don't risk your overall account on one particular trade, because trading is random. The wins are random. It doesn't flow sequentially. Okay, it is random. Yeah, so that's how mostly we manage risks. Okay, so I think that the news you are so fast. So during the training, the boot camp, I'll be talking about all these things. So don't worry. I'll talk before the boot camp will end. I'll talk about trading plan and how to manage risk management. Okay, and the psychology too as well. So I'm very sure you are in the boot camp. So we talk about it. Then let's call it a session, or let's call it a week. Okay, the week has been good for me. I don't know of you too. So hoping, so use the weekends to steady learn, steady your your system, steady your strategy, and come back stronger the following week too as well. So next week, every week should be a week that you are progressing, not retrogressing. It shouldn't be a week every week you are retrogressing. That means you are not putting an effort. So use your weekends to eliminate the things, your bad habits, and come again by practicing your your positive habits. Okay, do the things that you did right. Don't continue doing the bad things. With that, if you continue doing the bad habits, you are still going to be stuck. You will come back 100 years time and you are still going to be stuck in that. So continue doing the good habits. Okay, continue progressing. Don't retrogress. Progress by state, but you are going to progress only when you continue when you continue studying your past trades. History is very important when it comes to trading. Study your past trades, study your past trade. That is what is going to help you to know if you are on the right path, you are doing the right thing, or you are doing the wrong thing. So it's always important you study your history. Okay. All right, guys. So I really appreciate for you guys coming around for us to analyze. I think uh you've gotten value for whatever I said or from this stream too as well. So in case maybe it is better you go back and rewatch the stream too again. I think you are going to find value. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly do so. Subscribe to the channel, give a like to the video too as well. As always, I give value to you people, and recommend your channel, recommend this channel to your friends and colleagues so that you grow the channel as well. Okay. All right, so see you all same time next week. So I'll try and do Q&A session maybe during the weekend. So if anything, I'll update you. So that's why I always advise you put the channel on notification. So anytime I come live, you get to no. All right. So see you all next week. Happy weekend, everyone. Have a good weekend too as well. Bye.